Chapter 1. The night I was ruined that night. I had just been crowned Hollywood's pure angel. The next second, my explicit photos exploded across every trending page online. I was on my way to find my boyfriend when I heard his voice through the door. Mr. Parker. That move was brutal. You destroyed Emily Carter's reputation in one shot. The audience won't pay for her anymore. They'll go for Lily instead. A low chuckle followed cold, without warmth. Emily looks innocent, but she's wild underneath. If she'd known her place, I would have handed her every resource already. But she dared to touch my Lily. A pause. The sound of a lighter clicking shut. I want her gone. Completely. In that moment, my world collapsed. My hands trembling, I sent a message home. I agreed to the marriage alliance. Chapter 2. Love was a lie. The conversation inside continued. What if she makes a scene? He laughed softly. She won't. A woman like her will pretend she knows nothing and come begging me for resources. I stood outside, my heart turning cold. 3 years ago, when we first met, Daniel Parker looked at me like he wanted to devour me whole. He pursued me, spoiled me, elevated me. Anything I casually mentioned liking would appear the next day. He visited me on set late. At night, cooked for me himself. I thought it was love. Now I know it was just when he felt like it. Chapter 3. The price of defiance. Emily, he said, suddenly wrapping his arms around me from behind. You heard that? I asked him. Why did you ruin me? He smiled. Because Lily saved me. If you behaved, I could have kept promoting you. Otherwise, you know what I'm capable of. I stayed silent for a long time, then said, let me go. I'll quit. He lifted my chin. I like you better when you listen. Then his voice turned cold. But you bullied Lily. How do you think that debt gets paid? That was when I finally understood everything I had worked for, in his eyes, was a crime. Chapter 4. Public humiliation. The next day, I still went to set. It was my final scene. Originally, it was just a simple water shot. But Lily shoved me straight into the freezing pool. The director didn't call cut. She didn't let go. I almost drowned. When I dragged myself out, I was shaking uncontrollably. In the distance, she clung to Daniel's arm, pouting playfully. Switching to ice water really makes it more fun. He didn't stop her. Later, he added casually, let's include a bed scene. I was forced down onto the bed. Under the lights, everyone watched. No one intervened. In that moment, my dignity was crushed into dust. Chapter 5. Walking away, I stood up, wrapping my coat tightly around myself. How much is the penalty? 100 million. I'll pay. The moment I swiped my card, Daniel's expression darkened completely. If you leave, you'll never get resources again. I looked at him calmly. I don't need them anymore. For the first time, I let him go completely. Chapter 6. Truth revealed. It wasn't until I was tied to a cross that I realized just how cruel people could be. Lily wants to play darts, he said. The dart pierced my arm. Blood burst out instantly. He only said, you won't die. I laughed. Something inside me died anyway. Then the door was kicked open. Who dares touch my daughter? The moment my parents appeared, everyone's faces turned pale. That was when Daniel finally understood the person he had destroyed was someone he could never afford to offend. Chapter 7. His fall. Later, the truth came out. The photos were fake. The setup was Lily's doing. Even the so-called life-saving favor was a lie. Daniel lost his mind. He destroyed Lily with his own hands. In the end, he was sentenced to death. They said before he died, he kept saying my name, but it had nothing to do with me anymore. Chapter 8. My new life. I left the industry and returned to New York. I agreed to the arranged marriage. My fiancé Lucas Grant. Bold, reckless, but honest and clean. The first time we met, He asked, "Are you unhappy?" I nodded. He said, "Then I'll take you away." Later, I agreed to marry him, not because of family, but because he made me believe in freedom again. Chapter 9. The ending on our wedding day. It was streamed live worldwide. Blessings poured in endlessly. Amid the applause, he kissed me. And in that moment, I finally understood real love is never about control. It's about letting you become yourself again.